Welcome back to Mad Genius. I'm Ariel Kashanchi, and I am about 2 months into my mental health program. This is where my intensive outpatient program, where I go and I do group therapy for 9 hours a week. Well, no, 7 hours a week. And then for 2 hours, I do regular one-on-one therapy. And then I have another hour of regular therapy with my regular therapist. So I do 10 hours of therapy a week. It's a lot, but it's like meant to be like there's like a rhyme and reason to it. And anyway, most of the people in the group are cool. They're just people who want to be better. And they all seem like nice, decent people. Except there's a narcissist in the group. And I think she's just in there because she wants to prove to herself that she's a victim. So she's like, let me go to a victim group. Like, let me be amongst victims. Because she's such a, she's very performative. And she dresses like a clown. And she has her hair multicolored. And she looks like she's 65 and claims to be almost 50. And then and has all these like crazy piercings and everything, and just is like, so she has a look that is asking for attention. And then she will suck all of the air out of the room in the group therapy. Like, she'll just start talking about her own problems and then be like, oh my God, I'm taking up all the time again. Oh my God, I'm taking up all the time again, aren't I? And then she'll keep going. And and then I shared something that was not that terrible once. It was like some childhood, something that happened to me, minor trauma, I would say. And afterwards she came up to me and she was like, wow, that was so brave of you to share. And wow, I can't believe you went through that. I was like, oh, it's not that bad. I processed it. Like, I'm good. And she's like, but what you went through, nobody, and like getting all worked up. And I was like, oh, she's trying to get a reaction out of me. This is somebody who's like, they think they're like a benign narcissist, They think they're helping other people. And because she's just trying to get me to victim with her, like, commiserate, I guess. And I was like, no, that's not, I'm here to grow, not whatever the fuck you're doing. Like, lady, this is too much. And then finally today, I had a moment where it was just me and one other person in the room. And I look at her and I'm like, God, I hope she's not in here. She's like, I know. I'm like, I can't. She's like, I can't either. I'm thinking of changing times. And I'm like, I am too. Just so that I cannot be in the same room as her and have to deal with this. And it's just so distracting, and it's crazy because it's like I'm doing this thing that's really hard, and there's a lot of excavation that you don't want to have to do, that you have to do if you want to get to the other side of this shit. So it's a lot of work, and it's so distracting when you have somebody who keeps taking over like that. So I'm hoping she drops out or something, because it's too much. Like, it's not fair to the other people who are actually trying to be better people, who are trying to improve their lives. So, or I hope, the therapists get annoyed too, which is fun to watch. Because they try not to. They're like, no, it's okay. No, it's okay. Just keep going. Okay. That's what we're here for, right? Okay. Like, at least that part is entertaining. I always love watching the therapist's reaction to her. because they're trying so hard to not show how annoyed they are, because everyone in the room is annoyed. And anyway, that's my update on my IOP. I think it's helping a little bit, but it's not easy. I went on another date, another Bumble date, and this week it was with a guy that was much bigger than his pictures. He looked like his pictures, but he was buffer. Like, he was very buff. The kind of buff where he can't comfortably rest his elbows down by his sides. Like, his elbows are always going to be Popeye-esque. And he wasn't for me. And he was like a little, like, he gave me a ride home and he got aggressive. Like, he tried to, I'm like, dude, this guy was like, I'm like, dude, whoa, take it easy. Take it down a notch. So I don't think I'll be seeing him again. And you know what's funny? He texted me, I had a good time, and I was like, emoji. And then I never heard from him again. So I guess my emoji wasn't enough. I don't know. Let's see. Let's talk about what's going on in the world. Oh, okay. A Phoenix elementary school teacher was caught peeing in a class at his desk. He was sitting there at his desk peeing into a bottle, and he thought that the students wouldn't notice, and they saw it, and he was like, well, I was trying to cover it. He didn't even deny it. I mean, I guess he couldn't deny it because so many students were like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, I wish I was one of the students that would have, like, had the wherewithal to record it, you know? That's what you want to do. In an incident like that, you should be recording it. Like, my teacher is peeing in a cup. Hurry up. I already have my phone ready to go. Record that shit. Because that needs to be seen by millions of people. Tens of millions of people. Like, that needs to be in group chats everywhere. That's the thing. That's when you know. Viral things are always in a group chat. They always make their way into many group chats. What else? Oh, a New Jersey police chief was accused of pooping near desks and spiking coffee with Viagra and Adderall. Like, he was a prankster. Imagine how does a person with that approach to work, to life, make it so far in such a serious business? That's what I want to know. Like, was he hiding this side of himself for all these years? And then suddenly he was drunken with power and he decided, I am going to take a shit next to some detective's desk? Like, how does one go from that to that? That's a mystery. That is like, what kind of human is that? Okay, so there's a Natal Conference where right-wing influencers are hosting a $10,000 a person matchmaking event because they want to repopulate the planet. Basically, it's eugenics, and it's called Natal Con, and you can even get married there. And I would love to attend. And it reminds me of my days when I was younger and much hotter, and I would get approached by matchmakers. And they would set me up on these dates with these guys where the guys would pay for the dating service, but the girls wouldn't. The girls would just be attractive. And they would set you up on these totally blind dates where you just know the guy's name and like, oh, he's really into horses, you know, or some random fact about him. And this is the restaurant you're going to meet at. This is the date and the time. And he's seen all of your stuff, of course. So it's not blind for him. But yeah, I went on a lot of dates like that with a lot of guys that were very successful. Some of them I ended up dating, but it never really went anywhere. But I'm not of that ilk anymore. I have to go swipe, 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 swipe. And there's been a lot of swiping going on. A lot of calls that led to absolutely nothing too. Where I was like, oh, we have good phone chemistry. This could be good, you know. This could be good. Maybe I want to meet this person. But nothing has gone anywhere. So maybe I need to somehow go to Natal Con. I need to scrounge up 10,000K and go to Natal Con. Because you know it's going to be mostly men. This is going to be like Ashley Madison, where all the women were bots and it was mostly men. That's what it's going to be. They're going to have bot women there somehow and mostly men. They should comp some. I'm going to approach Natal Con. I'll be like, you know what? I was hot once. I can hold a conversation. I think that's a big one. Not a lot of hot women can hold a conversation. And that just made me such a pick-me girl. What are you going to do? Sometimes you have to be a pick-me. All right, let's move on. 2 guys are suing OnlyFans after realizing that they're not talking to the actual creator they've been messaging with. Yes, this is a very common practice in these OnlyFans type situations where these girls hire people to respond to their messages because they're being bombarded. And they don't want to have to deal with it. They have photo shoots to plan and videos to make. They have to make content. So yeah, they hire people to respond to their messages. So like, no man, you can't sue OnlyFans. Like, this is, you know, just because you put 2 and 2 together doesn't mean you're owed anything. Duh is what I want to say to you too. Anyway, that's all I had for today. I hope you enjoyed listening. I enjoyed making this. Please subscribe, tell a friend, you know, DM me, all of that. I will see you soon. Bye.